Hey beauties, it's Janice and I am back with another video.
Let's get straight into this eyeshadow tutorial.
First step is prepping my eyelids with Shape Tape Concealer in Light Sand from Tarte.
And I am not setting it. I'm going to leave it as it is so the eyeshadows can stick onto that as a sort of gripping slash primer, if it makes sense to you. So the first shade that I am using is the Hype from the Carnival XL Pro palette. And I am using this shade primarily to create that outline of the cut crease. So you are going to first pat on the shade and then start blending it in the way of the cut crease. I like to start off with my lightest shade and then start getting into the darker shade. So we are going to be using 3 shades in this tutorial. So this is the lightest green shade, which we are first using to then, let me repeat, create the outline of the cut crease so we know exactly where we want the colors to be. And as you can see, I am using a Morphe M506 brush, which is a small, dense brush, which is used for precision. If you use a bigger brush, your eyeshadow is obviously going to cover a much bigger space than if you were using this small brush. So with particular details and being precise, I like to really use my M506 with working with multiple colors. So now the second color that we are using, it is called Jungle, and it is from the Bright 2.0 palette from Beauty. So with this shade, it is a darker green, so we're going to put it under the Hype so it goes in a transition from dark to light. You still want to see that Hype color first on the top, and then it gradually goes into the Jungle. That is why I like to blend light first, then to dark. So now, once that's all blended in and you have that seamless transition, you're going to go in with our last shade, which is going to be Storm from the Bright 2.0 palette, and it's just a basic black color. So we are using this black color to create some depth and dimension. So when we cut our crease, it is more crisp. Using a darker color makes the illusion that your cut crease is even more crisp than it is. And it also makes it look better when you add black because, like I said, it has more dimension. So you are going to add that black into the Jungle color. So you're blending on top of each color, and then you're going to go back in and then reuse those same 3 colors to get the highest pigment of color that you want. You can't just go in one time and then expect to have the best color payoff. I honestly go in 3 times per shade to get the most color payoff. So now I'm using micellar water to cut my crease. Using micellar water will really help you to know the shape of your crease, and if you have trouble and you don't want to go straight in with your concealer or paint, use that micellar water to help you create that shape. So then when you go in with your concealer or your paint, the line is more crisp and you're not rubbing the concealer with that color. Sometimes it tends to drag the color into the concealer. That's why it's best to clean up your lid before you start cutting your crease. So I am using the Jaws CC3 brush and the P. Louise Blank Canvas paint to cut my crease. I do like using the P. Louise Blank Canvas just because it is a thicker and self-mattifying formula. So with the P. Louise Blank Canvas paint, you don't have to necessarily set it. As I said, it is fast drying, it dries by itself, and it mattifies. So that is what I use. I also have other tutorials on here that'll really show you how I really do my cut crease in depth. So I recommend you watching one of those videos, as in here I didn't show every step that I did. So I added some white in my inner corner, and that is the shade Sneakers from the Beauty Bay Bright 2.0 palette. And then I went in with some NYX glitter glue, and now I'm going to put some pigment on top. This pigment is the Luxe pigment from Peaches and Cream Makeup. And then now I can't really show how I do my inner corner liner, but I'll try to make another video for that. But as you can see, I do use the liquid eyeliner to do my inner corner. I showed a little bit of the process, and then as you can see, there's a crisp line underneath. So for me to get that inner corner sharp, I like to use my blank canvas paint to crisp up the bottom. And then crisping up the bottom also helps you know the line at which the liner starts in the inner corner, if that makes a little bit of sense. So you can see in my eye, from the inner corner to the outer corner, it's just a straight line. So that helps too. So now I'm going in with some black eyeshadow, and it is the shade Storm from the Bright 2.0 palette. So now we are doing a diffuse eyeliner, and we're going to use all the 3 shades that we use at the top to do the cut crease. So first you're going to go darkest to lightest for this step. So first you're going to use Storm, then you're going to go into Jungle, and then you're going to go into the Hype. So there's a gradual degree of color, and then the eyeliner is complete. That's all you need to do for that part. So that's fairly easy. Just blending in the 3 colors, and then again I am still using the M506 brush, which is the most precise brush I have. I really recommend you get it because I use it for most of my looks, especially if you want to work with a lot of color. So boom, now we're doing the under eye. Under eye eyeshadow is very easy. You just have to have the right tool so it doesn't look a mess. So as you can see, I'm first putting on the black shade with a flat shader brush. You could just use a flat brush. You want to really put that color near the lash line. And in the waterline, I did put Gel 77, which is a black from Inglot Gel Liner. You could get it on Amazon. So for the bottom eyeshadow, you're going to start off with black, Jungle, and the Hype. Just like we did the eyeliner, that's what we're going to do on the bottom with those 3 shades. So you want to keep it very close to the lash line first. So I put in that black with the flat brush. Then I'm going to use my M506, and this brush I'm using is that pink brush is from Peaches and Cream Makeup. They have a lot of precise brushes. I do not remember the name of that one. But literally now your eye is complete. Just using those 3 colors, a pigment, and some paint for the cut crease. Thank you for watching my tutorial, and stay tuned for what's coming next.